the Uzumaki anime was never going to be good, but it could have been. The absolute desolate state of the production doomed the series from the start, but having finished it all, I don't really think it would have worked as well as they had hoped. And I don't think that's necessarily anyone involved with anime production's fault, it's just the nature of Uzumaki as a story. Uzumaki isn't really a story that works rushing through from start to finish. A lot of Uzumaki, especially the middle chunk, are loosely connected vignettes that are slowly progressing towards the inevitable finish. The manga breaks this up into respective chapters that begin and end one of the various little quirks of this spiral event. As the story enters its final chapter, it becomes more straightforward, and unsurprisingly, the anime did a fine job adapting it, besides the PNGs falling down the hole. The art may look miserable, but it's still largely the Uzumaki story at the end of the day. However, the middle stretch where we learn about things like the butterfly gang, the snail people, etc., are all very loosely connected to each other. They are events that happen in the timeline, but they all feel separate given the nature of the chapter break. It allows each thing to breathe and feel like time has passed between events. It's a slower progression rather than just snail people, tornado flyers, etc., etc., etc. It feels a lot more chaotic in the anime, which could be somewhat intentional to seeing as the things spiral out of control, but without the build-up and execution, it feels just kind of rushed. Uzumaki the manga works because it gives every curse of the spiral a chance to exist on its own and be understood in isolation before everything is compounded in the end and the spiral is finished. And I think this is where the anime failed me most. The production was awful, but I've had plenty of anime I like have butchered productions. My only real complaint with the art style of the Uzumaki anime is that I think the black and white contrast should have been more stark. One of Junji Ito's biggest strengths to me is his mastery of light and darkness to make things seem creepier or more gross than they are. The Uzumaki anime just felt very flat color-wise. The black and white felt like it was trying to imitate the manga in a way that at best kind of worked and at worst killed the momentum of the horror on screen. But beyond all that, I think Uzumaki was never really going to work as a 4-episode anime without feeling strange pacing-wise. The structure would work better for something like Remina or Censor, where they're more linear stories and also a lot shorter. But at this point, just leave Junji Ito alone. After making so many cursed people, he somehow managed to curse himself to only have bad anime adaptations. But for all of those who, for some reason, thought Uzumaki as an anime was bad, please just read the manga. It's so much better. It's one of his best works just in general. Don't let a bad anime adaptation ruin your impression of an author who has a mastery over horror manga. The anime may have been bad, but Junji Ito is still one of the best manga artists we have right now. So please just go read Uzumaki and all his other works. They're very easily available on the Viz app. I'm not sponsoring, but I think it's a great thing that that's so easily available, and you should look at them all because it's so good.